Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Two former Celtics cited as Lakers' potential trade targets. While the Celtics are leaning on continuity to become the first team since the 2017-18 Warriors to win back-to-back NBA titles, their arch-rival might poach a former member of Boston's core to help LeBron James and Anthony Davis return to championship contention. After going 47-35, finishing 7th in the Western Conference, and competing in the play-in tournament for the third time in 4 years, the Lakers weren't particularly active this offseason. Los Angeles added Dalton Knecht and Bronny James at the draft, but will mostly hope for last summer's notable signing, Gabe Vincent, to make the envisioned impact that a knee injury prevented him from having in the 2023-24 campaign. Max Christie and Jalen Hood-Schifino becoming key contributors would also go a long way for a team that enters this season relying more on internal growth than acquisitions. However, if that plan doesn't work and the purple and gold must pivot, Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report cites former Celtic Marcus Smart as a potential trade target. The Lakers need to improve defensively in the backcourt, notes Pincus. Smart is a strong, tough, physical defender with significant postseason experience. As for why the Grizzlies might part with him a year after acquiring Boston's former floor general? If the team hits a roadblock, Smart could become available at the deadline based on his age, salary, and position, as the team is heavily invested in Desmond Bane and Morant. Jaren Jackson Jr. will also be due a new deal starting in 2026-27. Pincus also lists Malcolm Brogdon as a potential player of interest to the Lakers. The Wizards acquired the former sixth man of the year in a trade leading up to the draft that sent Deni Avdija to the Trail Blazers in exchange for Brogdon and the 14th overall pick. Washington also receives the second most favorable of Portland's 2029 first-round picks and 2 second-round selections. Brogdon averaged 15.7 points, 5.5 assists, and 3.8 rebounds in his lone season with the Trail Blazers. He also drilled 41.2% of the 5.1 threes he hoisted. However, due to right elbow tendinitis, he appeared in just 39 games, starting 25. As an efficient player on an expiring $22.5 million contract, if the former Rookie of the Year can stay healthy, he figures to have multiple suitors interested in striking a deal to bring him aboard. Blazers news: fresh Jerami Grant mock trade shockingly undervalues Portland star. The Portland Trail Blazers have been one of the more heavily talked about teams when it comes to trade talks around the NBA. Despite finishing last season with a record of 21-61, Portland does have a few pieces that could net them some solid future assets. One of those is veteran forward Jerami Grant, who has seen his name be mentioned in different proposed trade deals all summer long. He has mostly been associated with the Los Angeles Lakers, but no deal has come close to being finalized at this time. The two sides could still end up talking about a deal coming to fruition, especially when the trade deadline gets closer in February. In a new proposed deal with the Trail Blazers and Lakers, Grant gets fairly undervalued. Ishan Bhattacharya of the Post and Courier put together the deal. Los Angeles would receive Grant in the deal, helping to boost their roster for the new season. The Lakers have been looking for updates to surround LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Grant could give them a solid 3-and-D style of player who would fit in well. Portland would receive a lackluster return for their star forward in this deal. The Trail Blazers would get back forward Rui Hachimura, guard Gabe Vincent, guard Jalen Hood-Schifino, and a 2025 second-round draft pick. The biggest exclusion here would be that of any first-round draft picks. Reportedly, the big holdup in any Grant to the Lakers trade has been the asking price of 2 first-round picks for him. Portland general manager Joe Cronin has held firm on his asking price so far, so him not receiving at least 1 first-round pick for Grant would be surprising and underwhelming. Los Angeles has reportedly been willing to trade 1 first-rounder for the veteran due to his salary. Grant is on the hook within his current contract for 4 more seasons, including the upcoming one. He is scheduled to make $29.7 this season, and his salary only increases each year. His final year has him scheduled to make $36.4 million as a 33-year-old. He is a good player, but oftentimes, his production doesn't equal the cost, given the hesitancy from Los Angeles. Last year, Grant averaged 21.0 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.8 assists per game, while also shooting 40.2% from the three-point line. It seems that Portland is determined to trade Grant at some point, but it remains to be seen when that will take place. They have time to wait out a deal, and maybe a team like the Lakers gets desperate enough to meet the strong asking price. Lakers could recover lost treasure in trade for elite playmaking defender. The Los Angeles Lakers rejoiced when they landed the number 2 pick in the 2017 NBA draft and the right to select Lonzo Ball out of UCLA. Ball's unorthodox jump shot and precocity were not up to speed with the championship window that the Lakers were trying to capitalize on with LeBron James at their helm, so they traded him away prematurely. However, a recent mock trade has LA bringing back an older and better version of the nonpareil talent they once had high hopes for. Sviatoslav Ravanchuk concocted a trade where the Lakers would receive Ball and Nikola Vucevic from the Chicago Bulls in exchange for Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and 2025 second-round pick via LAC. He had this to say first about the potential upside that could come with striking a deal for Ball. Hat tip Sourav Mohanty of Athlon Sports, considering that Ball has missed over 2.5 seasons of basketball, his trade value should not be overwhelmingly high at the moment. If the Lakers believe in where he is physically and mentally after that much time away from the court, striking a deal to bring him back to Los Angeles could be beneficial, Ravanchuk reasoned. As touching Vucevic, Ravanchuk continued, Nikola Vucevic would theoretically be the bigger prize here. The Bulls center should be able to slot into the starting lineup, allowing the Lakers to play big while sliding Anthony Davis over to the power forward spot. Ball would help the Lakers for all the reasons they initially looked forward to on draft night. When last seen, the California native was not a good or great, but an elite outside shooter. He shot his field goal percentage of 42.3% from the three-point line on 3.1 makes a game in 2021-22 and added to that an elite 1.8 steals, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.1 assists. The 26-year-old floor general could be that Jason Kidd type of point guard that helps the Lakers run and gun next season. He pushes the ball up the floor with lightning speed and aggression, is selfless and will advance the ball when his teammates have the step, plays incredible individual and team defense, and is a superb marksman from three, especially as a catch-and-shoot artist. His injury history is a major concern, but for the price Los Angeles would have to give up and who they'd be getting back alongside with him, the deal is more than worth it. The Lakers would also benefit from acquiring a center in Nikola Vucevic, who has a reputation for being a 20-10 big man that can space the floor and lead a playoff team on offense. Especially with the injury-prone Anthony Davis, Vucevic could be a stand-in number 1 or number 2 scorer next to James on nights when Davis sits. The Lakers would have to give up a promising talent in Hachimura who proved himself in the playoffs in 2023, but Ball could take even more strides in his career and the LA could forge another championship unit by way of said trade. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Lonzo Ball? Leave your opinion in the comments.